Oh, hi there! Didn't notice you here. So, have you ever heard about Atomic Heart? You know, the game that sparked a lot of controversy back in February. Just like a certain wizard game. Ah, good times. But we are not here for that. When you watched or played Atomic Heart, have you ever had a thought about its localization? I mean, how accurate is the English version in regards to the original Russian version? Fear not, for I'm here to unveil this mystery. And yes, I'm doing this because the Annihilation Instinct, the new Atomic Heart DLC is out, so why not to try and bite off some of the hype, hmm? With this, I present to you how accurate is the translation of Atomic Heart. Before we start, I should explain how I will evaluate the quality of the translation. There are three categories that will be used. The first one is approved. It will be given to dialogues that are correctly translated, according to the rules of translation, and if I have no problems with them. The second one is justified. It will be given to dialogues that have small inconsistencies, or simply put, with which I am disagreeing in regards to the correct translation. The last, but not the least, unjustified. This is where the dialogues have not been translated, or their meaning has been changed. In other words, failed translation. I will analyze the beginning of the game because 1. It's spoiler free. 2. This 15 to 20 minutes walk is the point where you either get or lose interest in the world of the game. So, let us begin!
Люблю это место. Кругом позитив.
Наш комплекс Челомей изначально создавался с позиции заботы о комфорте сотрудников.
Отвали, перчатка, сам знаю. Я тут не впервые.
Can't say much about this part. The grammatical structure of the sentences are different, as it should be. The thing that might be of interest is that they changed an object from a word depicting the notion of a living being, which means workers or staff, to the meaning of workplace. Not a living creature on its own, but it is implying the people behind it, and that's it, totally approved. That's more of a nitpicking. Soda. Really? I even had to consult with the Soviet witness to get this right. Yeah, I asked my mom, and she confirmed my suspicion. Nobody would call a soft drink soda. That is the realia we never had. If you say soda to a Soviet person, they will think of this. I would use either lemon-flavored fizzy drink. Yes, it's long. That's a descriptive translation for you. Or lemon drink. Or even generalize that to simply soft drink. But I understand why soda is used. English-speaking people know the word soda more, especially those who are ESL, just like myself. Justified. Let's move on.
Опять сипуха в дереве застрял. Всегда веселюсь, когда вижу.
Навигационные системы роботов непрерывно усовершенствуются.
Заметно.
When one of the defining features of the game is colloquial names of robots, it is strange to see a generalization used here. Maybe localizers had problems with the name Sipucha, but they could just say owl. Anyway, also nitpicking. It happens when you know languages and basics of translation. That one is also justified.
Доброе утро, сынок. Как настроение? Отдохнул?
Доброе, Дмитрий Сергеевич. Так точно отдохнул. Жду указаний.
Как тебе твоя новая перчатка?
Лучше, чем старая. Приживается.
Иначе быть и не могло. Я лично разрабатывал это устройство. Будь с ней аккуратен. Она важнее, чем может показаться на первый взгляд.
Так точно, Дмитрий Сергеевич. Сберегу.
Сейчас отправляйся в лабораторию для завершения интеграции перчатки. Сынок, у меня много дел. Михаил Штукхаузен введет тебя в курс дела. Я свяжусь с тобой позже.
Вас понял.
This dialogue is done absolutely right everywhere, but I have a couple of issues that might anger those who make lost in translation videos. Fucking amateurs. First is the set of questions Sechenov asks. How are you? And did you sleep well? The first question is fine, but I have a feeling in my guts someone will have problems with it, although it is fully equivalent to the original. The second question will 100% attract attention of those lost in translation people, because in the original he said, "Did you rest well?" But don't you rest while you sleep, and sleep in order to rest? Checkmate, layman. Another thing might be my boy, Vilakov to be exact. Sechenov says that at the end of the dialogue. This shows his fatherly feelings towards P3. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the dialogue, we were shown that in the beginning. Therefore, well deserved, approved.
Товарищ майор, вам надлежит прибыть в лабораторию в воздушном порту, вас ожидает автомобиль «Турбина». Вам все понятно?
Понятно, не занудство.
Я рад, что у вас не возникло вопросов, хотя бы на этот раз.
Иди в жопу, зануда.
This one is also fine. I just like how localizers decided to call Stockhausen dickhead, which he is. But it's a bit rude comparing to the original, where P3 says, "Screw you, get lost, fuck you, downer, dullfish, sourpuss." Underline something to your liking. Approved.
Столько счастливых и благополучных людей на улице. Как в Китае.
Вы бывали в Китае, товарищ майор?
Да где я только не был. Ну, в Китае, может, и не.
Предприятие 3826 располагается не так далеко от земли союзного Китая.
Мне нравится дух этих людей. И говорят, там красиво.
Не врут?
That's all true. China strong. Many happy people. Can I have +1 social credit, a bowl of rice, and a cat wife for now, please? Alright. But in all seriousness, the dialogue is fully equivalent to the original. Easiest approved of my life?
Вот это размах. Наука — это сила. Уважаю шефа за его способность смотреть свысока на непреодолимые препятствия.
Для науки не существует непреодолимых препятствий.
Кроме болтовни всяких электронных перчаток.
Получите код активации автомобиля, товарищ майор.
Код принят.
Автомобиль ожидает вас внизу. Не задерживайтесь, у вас мало времени.
Мы можем вернуться тем же лифтом, на котором поднялись сюда.
Спасибо, гений. Без тебя бы я точно не догадался.
Damn. I'm shocked and pleased at the same time. Can't really be mad at the quality. Everything is on its place. The first sentence is the most problematic one though. In the original, he speaks about extensiveness, is that a word? And in the English version he says about stylistics, aesthetics. Let's imagine that they mean one thing.
Сеченов на связи. Прости, сынок, не смог повидаться с тобой лично. Эти репортеры совсем меня одолели. Ну, что скажешь о Челомее?
Вы отстроили себе отличный город будущего, шеф. Во всем Советском Союзе такого не найти.
Я отстроил его не для себя, а для людей. Человечество стоит на пороге великих открытий. Однажды мы отправимся еще выше, к звездам. Такие воздушные замки перестанут быть просто мечтой. Они будут повсюду и станут отправной точкой в далекие уголки Вселенной. Я лишь помогаю человеку увидеть свое величие.
Вы мечтатель, Дмитрий Сергеевич.
Фантазия и наука идут рука об руку. Большинство современных изобретений были давно описаны в книжках научной фантастики. Летающие аппараты, космические путешествия, даже роботы.
Вы что же, взяли свои идеи из фантастических книжек?
Из стремлений и мечтаний, П3. Человек рожден, чтобы мечтать и созидать великое. Но, к сожалению, в мире есть и те, кто стремится разрушить мечты. И тогда на сцену выходят такие люди, как ты, Сергей, чтобы защитить человечество в его предназначении.
Нужно кого-то устранить, шеф?
Как спокойно ты об этом говоришь. Надеюсь, до этого не дойдет. Но обо всем по порядку. Сначала тебе нужно значительно улучшить перчатку. Ты отправишься в лабораторию, где тебя встретит робот Терешкова и проведет в комплекс Вавилов. Это понятно?
Так точно, Дмитрий Сергеевич. Сажусь в машину.
You should notice that gap at the end, right? Where I placed end of dialogue. That happened because the audio tracks have different duration time. That's a tag issue, but still, I will retract one point from it. In the process of localization, it is important to keep audio tracks in the same range, not too long or too short. But what about the translation itself? When they were talking about flying cities, in the original, Sechenov says that these cities will be everywhere in the world, but it is omitted in the English version, although it is still implied in the context of the dialogue, so no big deal. Justified, just because they had audio issues. I have to confess, I didn't cover any cultural references or Easter eggs. It was quite difficult to find at least anything in the English language. Nobody made a list of Easter eggs to work with, and this video would be very long if I were to cover them. I might make an annex video sometime in the future, but it's up to you to decide. Now that we're done with that, let's make to the final rating. That is the list of different writers. They all refer to a specific number. Professor Tolkien is 10. Stephanie Meyer is 1. Don't ask anything. And so I place the quality of translation of Atomic Heart to 9. Fyodor Dostoevsky level. All in all, the text is equivalent to the original, even replicating and keeping up with the stylistics. Even though there were some tiny problems, they're not going to affect your experience in a negative way. That's why I can confidently say that the translation is great, and I'm proud for the localization team and Mundfish for their choice. Well done, товарищ! But wait, there was one last question that hasn't been answered yet. The one from the very beginning. Well, I made this video to show some awesome Lezginka moves. Enjoy! Tulpip!
Ну красиво, красиво. А зажигательно как?